Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. Going to do another NFL prognostication show here for week 4 as we get here into Thursday night. Um, go over an almost complete slate of games. The Steelers and Titans are going to be played another week. They're probably going to switch to one of their bye weeks or something of that nature. I haven't heard when they're going to play the game, but they've got the beer virus has taken them out. You know, it's, what do you call it? It's hopefully not going to be part of a bigger trend, because that would be a big problem. Starting with the Thursday night game, Broncos are going to play the Jets. The Jets are still a dumpster fire. Broncos have their own problems. They have a backup quarterback playing. So still going to go with the Broncos on the road, but it's not for riveting television. I don't know what the Thursday night crew did wrong to deserve these crappy games, but they've been pretty bad. Switching to your Sunday early games, you got the Brownie Scouts going to play the Cowboys out in Jerry's World. I think they'll make a game out of it. I think they're starting to play better, but I don't think the Cowboys are going to have to come back in this one. I think the Cowboys are going to take this one pretty handily. Cardinals go out to Carolina to play the Panthers. Panthers got one on the road last week. I do think the Cardinals, after laying an egg last week, I think they're going to they're really, they don't really lay eggs in consecutive games, and they just don't do that. They've got too much offensive talent, and they don't have Christian McCaffrey. So I think Cardinals take this one on the road. Chargers go to Tampa Bay, and they're gonna try and stack up against the Buccaneers. What's the old phrase? Gelling like a felon. Yeah, I guess that was Dr. Scholl's or something. That's what the Buccaneers are starting to do. They're starting to look pretty good. So Buccaneers take this one at home. The Colts are going to go play the Bears. Bears are undefeated. They've switched to they put Trubisky on the bench now, which is righteous. However, the Colts D is probably the better D of the two so far through this season, and I do believe that while it might be a fairly decent game here, I do think the Colts are going to take this game on the road against the Bears. I think the Bears are the defense is overrated. It really is. Or they're underperforming, one way or the other. Jaguars are going to go to Cincinnati, and they're going to play the Bengals. One thing I can tell you unequivocally, Joe Burrow has really done pretty well so far. I think he's exceeded expectations so far, and the toughness is ridiculous. He's put on some weight. He's playing tough. So and he's doing some good work actually. The Bengals don't have much, but I actually think I'm going to call an upset on this one. I'm going to call the Bengals at home. I think the Bengals are going to take the Jaguars. Um, I just have a feeling that this team is going to start to, it's going to learn how to win. It's going to do some things here. So I think the Bengals at home. Saints are going to go to Detroit and play the Detroit Lions. The Saints are still an incredibly dangerous team. They're incredibly talented. The Lions are not. Let's be honest about it. So I think if the cream rises to the top in any way, shape, or form, Lions take this by a score too. I think that would be what we're looking for. Seahawks are going to go to Miami to play the Dolphins. Chef Russ, enough said. I don't think that Dolphins defense is quite good enough to handle him. And the Dolphins could give him a game if they're on point, and if they revert back to their normal selves, they're going to get blown out. So either one of those is good. So Seahawks on the road. Steelers and Titans, like I said, are postponed. due to the sickness. Vikings are going to go to Houston and play the Texans. The Texans have no business having having the record that they have. They should have won a game or two out of these. He Deshaun Watson doesn't have anybody to throw to per se. He's got maybe one decent number one receiver. He's probably a number two or number three on any other team. But he's going to play against the most poorly coached team in the NFL. And that is the Minnesota Vikings. And they're playing at home, so I'm going to take the Texans. Ravens are going to go to play the Fighting Ron Riveras. And the Fighting Ron Riveras are taken after their coach's likeness. But fighting isn't enough. The Ravens, after being embarrassed on Monday Night Football, I think they come back even though in a short week, and they literally just throttle the team formerly known as the Redskins. Sunday late games. There's only a few. Those that would be Giants, and are not. Are going to go to LA and they're going to play the Rams. I think the Joe Judge era is on life support, but what's really sad about this is maybe this isn't an indictment on Joe Judge, the coach of the Giants. I think it really should be on Gettleman. The GM needs to go. I think the GM has overstayed his welcome. Almost to the tune of being a cat. Get it? Cats have 9 lives. Gettleman's a joke. Bills are going to go to play the Raiders. And the Bills, I think the Bills are going to take that on the road. The Raiders' defensive backfield against Jared Allen, that's a very scary thing for me. So I think I'm gonna take the Bills in that game. Patriots going to see the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are the much more complete team. I think the Patriots, by the second half of the season, are going to be formidable. But I think the Chiefs look like they're legit, especially after what they did to the Ravens last Monday night. Sunday night games, so we're down to the last two. Sunday night game is the Eagles against the 49ers, and this is going to be, unfortunately, an ugly game. 49ers, even with their backup quarterback, just steps right in. The talent level on that team is such that the backup quarterback didn't even miss a beat. An offensively decent quarterback in his own right, but definitely a backup to Garoppolo. So whether Garoppolo comes back or Mullins stays in, I think they're going to absolutely just destroy the Eagles on Sunday night. Monday night game, Atlanta and Green Bay. This one could be the end of the Dan Quinn era, and I think they're going to get embarrassed. I don't think Atlanta's going to have the opportunity to blow a lead this time. I think they're going to lose this game wire to wire, and I think they're going to lose pretty convincingly. So I think Dan Quinn might get it in the neck after this. Say Tuesday morning might be a firing, the first firing of the season. Team can't close, and in this game they're not even going to sniff a lead unless the heavens have aligned somehow. Green Bay is on a mission. They look really, really good. Could be the best team in the NFC, and Atlanta just can't close. There's something deeply wrong psychologically even on this team. So the only thing that might save Dan Quinn is if he relinquishes the defensive coordinator role, because he's a defensive genius, I'm told. But that defense can't stop a cold after the third quarter, so they're in deep trouble. So I think they're going to get throttled. So there's my picks. Last week it was very interesting because I said something along the lines of, "Hey, I went 14-1 my first week," and then you watch next week, I'll get I'll be 500. I'll win 7 or 8 games. Well, I went 8-7-1. So I even called how horrible I was going to be. So next we'll see how these games go on week 4, and as usual, like, subscribe, comment. Pardon me. Like, subscribe, comment, share, please. Trying to get some people getting involved and having some conversation here rather than just talking at a video screen. So Like I said, like, share, comment. Just hope you're enjoying the content. All right. I will see you probably later in the week. We'll get back to doing some basketball tutorials and things of that nature this week. Get more into a regular thing here. So thanks for stopping by. Peace, me homies. Take care.